hasn't shot a basketball. Shannon, are you okay with this, or do you have a problem with what AD revealed?
Skip, everything is not meant to be said out loud. Just keep that to yourself.
Yeah.
Bro, you barely played 40 games. You played 40 games. He also said, Skip, that, normally what he does is that he takes a month off, and then he'll hit 6 weeks of the weights, and then he'll start touching the basketball. AD, you stayed injured. You've had one season in which you weren't injured. Don't you think you might want to change that up? Since you've been here, this is what your numbers have done. 3-point shooting. Your first year here, you was 33%. 2 years ago, you was 26%. Last year, you were 19% from the three-point line. And the free throw percentage, your first year, you were 85. That dipped to 74. Now you're 71. And you stay hurt and you do the same thing over and over? Are you insane? Why would you continue to do the same thing over and over? I would do something like, you know what, man, I got hurt this year. Man, my numbers keep dipping. I need to change up something. He's doing the exact same thing and hoping for a different result. I'm confused. Most prudent, practical people, especially if you're an athlete, Skip, you try to gain, you're like, you know what, I need to change something. Maybe it's what I'm eating. Maybe it's the way I'm lifting. Maybe it's my conditioning. I need to change something. Hell, his jump shot disappeared. And he says, you know what? This is what I do. Well, it kind of explains things. Bruh, you mean to tell, I can see, Skip, if he played 75 games, he went to the Western Conference Finals and they lost a tough 7-game series. Maybe, you know what, Skip, I can understand not picking the basketball up for a month. Yeah. Bruh, you barely picked the basketball up for a basketball season. And so now you mean to tell me you need more time off? I give up, Skip. I just give up. Some things, you can tell who basketball is important to. Yep. You can tell. You can tell.
Yep. I hear every word you just spoke. I applaud every word you just spoke. What rubbed me the wrongest way about this was he was bragging to the...
Yeah, he's proud of it. I ain't touched the basketball since April 5th. April 5th?
Really? Okay. As you know, in some ways, to a fault, I'm way old school, but so are you. I'm a grinder by nature. I've been a grinder since I was a little kid. I worked every summer growing up. I worked my tail off. You have worked, you grind, you still grind in your workouts and in the preparation for the show because it's just who you are. It's what you were made of as a professional athlete. Because as you can attest, it will be over before you know it.
It absolutely will.
It just comes and it's gone. And you wake up and you say, what just happened? It was just yesterday. I was at Kentucky winning a national championship. No, it's over. And when it's over, it will be completely, utterly over, and you cannot get any ounce of it back. Right. And when it ends, it's going to end with a thud, and it's going to be a culture shock to you because you're going to have to figure out the rest of your life. You got plenty of money because you got generational wealth. Yes. You're making the kind of money, he's been a max player from the start, obviously, where for the kids today, and this sounds like grumpy old man talk, but it's smart talk, you have so much money that it makes you soft and lazy. That's what happens because you just got it. You got the Beverly Hills mansion. It's just hard to say, I need to go work. You better believe you do because you're on the cusp of falling into mediocrity because you can't stay healthy. You've always been fragile. And to your point, the shot is just tailing and going farther and farther south, and it's getting embarrassing for your teammates. You're not there. LeBron James chose you for a reason. And again, Shannon, he got his ring. Yes. Maybe that was enough. Maybe the bubble ring was just plenty. Maybe that's all it took. But you can't take a vacation from your calling. You were blessed to do this. You have supreme ability. Even as Darvin Ham said, he's such a quick jumper at the rim as a rim protector. He's got that second quick jump. Well, LeBron is aging. He needs way more of you. If there's going to be any chance, I'm talking about making the play-in tournament next year. You went 33-49 and missed the play-in tournament. And
And he out here bragging about he ain't touched the basketball. Skip, I read this thing the other day, and the guy was telling the story. He said, my grandfather walked 10 miles. He said, my dad walked 5 miles. He says, I drive a Cadillac. He says, my son will be back like my grandfather. He said, tough times make tough men. Tough men make easy times. You see what happened? When AD wanted to get to that point, AD grinded.
Yeah.
Now, all of a sudden, he got that ring.
He did.
Now he going to be back to square one. It takes a special type of somebody to do what a LeBron, to do what a Jordan, to do what a Kobe. You reach the apex, and you don't admire the view. You find another summit to scale.
You do.
Everybody's not wired like that. Anthony Davis is not wired like that. And therein lies the problem, because he should be Giannis. He should have been Giannis before Giannis. 6'10", can shoot, can rebound, can play it all. He's a 5-tool player if there's such a thing in basketball. And why isn't he? Because it doesn't mean enough to him.
Doesn't.
That's it.
What's been your biggest issue with him? Low motor.
Yes.
Can't count on his intensity from night to night to night. It's because he has low passion for basketball. In the end, I don't care what you say, I can see it in his body language from night to night. He doesn't care enough to be great, to be all-time great. All those guys you mentioned, from Jordan to Kobe, to even to LeBron.
Look at Giannis. Skip, look where Giannis came from to what he is now. He can't shoot the ball like AD.
And Giannis, yet to his credit, he gets a little better every
single year.
A little better from the free throw line, a little better from three.
AD, change up something. You don't think there's anything wrong. You stay hurt. You're starting to miss more and more time as you get older. Hell, you was missing time in your early 20s. Now you're in your late 20s and you're still missing time, and you're missing more time. And you still think the same training regimen, the same protocol that you've been in place since you've been in the NBA is okay. You don't see anything wrong with that, bro. You don't think you need to change up anything. Your training schedule, your training habits, the way you eat, the way you sleep, anything?
If you really cared, you would have gotten yourself a shot doctor, a shooting coach, and you would be in the gym every day for a couple of hours. That's not a big commitment.
Right.
A couple of hours, getting up shots, trying to regain the rhythm from three in the free throw line that you have had in the past, because in high school, you were so blessed. You played point guard, and then you sprouted as you went to Kentucky, right? So you have a shooting touch that is very unusual and very gifted for a man his size.
Yes.
And yet you've lost your touch. You need to go regain it. You need to rebuild your confidence through 2 hours of shooting practice day after day after day. And you need to come into next year driven to show that you can shoot 35% from three, and you should be able to shoot 80% from the free throw line, because you're highly capable of 80%. But not if you don't touch a basketball since April the 5th and brag about it.
It's just so disappointing, because you see how talented and how skilled he is. But I'm just not sure that he wants it bad. I don't know how bad he wants to be great. Because think about it, Skip. He comes out of Kentucky. He's automatically on the Olympic team. He's already a top 275 player. And I don't care what anybody says. He should not have been on that top 75 team over Dwight Howard. I don't care what anybody says. Anthony Davis should not have made the team over Dwight Howard. Period.
Yep. Even though he's been what's called a PER prince. It just loves him. The player efficiency rating, he's always up near the top. But he's not better than Dwight Howard in overall impact for his career.
No. Dwight Howard took a team. He was the best player on a team that went to the NBA Finals.
Yep.
Orlando. Well, we see what Orlando has been since Dwight left. No, that's what's frustrating about it. I mean, you look at, I see the guys that's getting better. You look at Nikola Jokic. He gave Jokic the business in the bubble. Gave him the business.
He did.
Jokic says, you know what? I'm two-time MVP. League MVP, AD. The man that you gave the business is a two-time league MVP. And you was talking about you ain't touched the basketball in 2 months. And you talking as if you're bragging about it when, hell, you only played 40 games to begin with.
Yep.
Hell, I'd have had a basketball as soon as the season over. I'd have been in the gym.
I hear you.
Hell, you missed 2 months.
Yep. Agreed. So think about LeBron James today at this moment. he looks back and says, I handpicked Anthony Davis. I got him up out of New Orleans. I got him to L.A. so he could be in La La and be on that big Lakers stage. And look what he's doing to me now. And then LeBron handpicked a year ago Russell Westbrook. And how did that turn out? Not very well. So LeBron's got to be hanging his head right now thinking, man, what do I got to do going into next year? It's not looking good.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's all you can do, bro. It's just like, hey, I'm going to put my time in. You know, Skip, when I was doing it, Skip, I tried to, hey, 1 year it was yoga. Man, I need some flexibility.
Yep.
I started doing yoga. I started doing Pilates. got me a speed coach. I did everything, Skip. I tried to maximize. Every drop of juice that was in this orange, which is this body, I got it out.
You did.
I don't know if AD's doing that. If somebody got to convince, I don't believe he's doing it. I don't believe he's maximizing what he has.
You have now paid for it with 2 artificial hips.
2 artificial
but that's the price that you chose to pay.
Exactly. I got no regrets. I wouldn't try to hang on for another year. Man, let me see, where could I go and possibly win a title? I got nothing. I got everything. I know 1,000%, Skip. I left no page unturned in prep trying to be the best I possibly could be. Without the best, I know I was the best I could be. I can assure you that.
Yep. Has AD been the best he could be?
No.
That's all you can
Absolutely
ask for,
not.
gentlemen. AD says he begins his basketball training activities 6 weeks before training camp because it, quote, comes back easy.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.